Good morning to all and welcome to the session, the Hindu Editorial Analysis for Proficiency in English. Today's editorial is all about young cricket players who the editorial says are quite promising. It's a positive one. It's all about new players doing well on home turf. An interesting editorial, easy to relate to. We all like, a lot of people like cricket. So it's all about cricket, young cricket players doing extremely well, especially on home turf. There are a few words which are important from the exam point of view. And today, being at the outset, wish you all a happy Shivratri. And I have brought only the editorial, no practice questions based on exam topics. Today, only the editorial. But tomorrow, it is going to be a different one altogether, complete revamp of the Hindu editorial analysis. It is going to be more enriching. So, wait with your fingers crossed. Let us go to today's editorial. At the outset, what are the words you can learn from today's editorial, which is all about cricket. The first one, stage fright. Usually, the expression stage fright. A lot of people say stage fear. That is in usage, but the actual expression, stage fright, what does it mean? Anxiety, fear, or persistent phobia which may be aroused in an individual by the requirement to perform in front of an audience. That means what? When it comes to a performance on stage, like public speaking or singing or a dance performance, usually people are scared. That is known as stage fright. Looming, we have got a few times. A distorted, threatening appearance of something. Something appears not very clear, and something seems imminent, likely to happen, impending. Then that is a bit scary. We use the word looming large. Flatter goes with everyday English. In in a simple, if I have to talk about the meaning of the word flatter, two words, false praise. But here you see, lavish praise and compliments on someone, often insincerely, and with the aim of furthering one's own interest. When you want something from someone, you try to praise that person. There is an ulterior motive. Then we use the expression flatter. We say, don't flatter me. Chugging, it goes with the conveyor belt of a vehicle or boat, moves slowly, making regular muffled explosive sounds as of an engine. In this context, things are going smoothly. Triumph, we have got many a time. A great victory or achievement. Clinching, in this context, it goes with finally get or win something, clinch the title, clinch the cup. Brim, it goes with a cup, a container, the upper edge or lip of a cup, bowl, or other container. Full to the brim, a typical expression. Squad, I'm sure you all know, a small group of people having a particular task. Papered, in this editorial, you come across a few words that go with stationery, used as verbs. Papered, penciled, that's a bit we have come across for the first time. Papered, as a noun, we all know, but here in this editorial, it has been used as a verb to cover a wall, a room with a wallpaper. Meager, we have got many a time of something provided or available, lacking in quantity or quality, only a little, meager amount. A riveting performance, it goes with the word performance, completely engrossing or compelling. Emphatic, I use regularly, expressing something forcibly and clearly. Emphatic victory. Penciled. Pencil, we all know as a noun. Here it has been used as a verb. Write or draw something with a pencil. Flourish, I have said many a time, it goes with business, flourishing business. It also means an impressive and successful act or period. Resilience, we have got many a time. The capacity to recover quickly from difficulties. In a way, resilient nature, toughness. Fulcrum has many meanings. In this context, a thing that plays a central or essential role in an activity, event, or situation. Embrace, we have got many a time. Accept a belief, a theory, a policy, change, willingly and enthusiastically. Blistering, extremely fast, forceful, or impressive. In this context, impressive. Ominous, we have got many a time, giving the worrying impression that something bad is going to happen. Ominous means what? Threateningly inauspicious, something that is not positive. Auspicious, positive. Inauspicious, negative. Now let us go to the editorial. How does it start? On top at home. On top. Indian young players, they are doing extremely well. They are on top at home, on the home turf. Easy to understand. Indian cricket's emerging players, young players, emerging players, are showing no signs of stage fright. They are playing for the first time. A lot of new players, emerging players, and usually a person who does something for the first time experiences what we call stage fright. Usually it goes with the public speaking, performance in public. In this context, playing for the first time, then stage fright, some sort of fear. Indian cricket's emerging players are showing no signs of stage fright. Means they are doing extremely well. With the Himalayas looming over Dharamshala, India scaled fresh heights in its evolving journey in 2020 internationals. Recently, the concluded one against Sri Lanka, the last match, with the Himalayas looming over. Actually, the word looming has a negative connotation. In this context, it doesn't have a negative connotation. It is something like looking over. What is the exact meaning of the word looming? A distorted, threatening appearance of something. Usually, the word loom has a negative connotation. Not in this context. With the Himalayas looming over Dharamshala, India scaled fresh heights. This is an important expression. We also say India scaled new heights, fresh heights, in its evolving journey in 2020 internationals. Evolving journey, always changing, in 2020 internationals. After winning the inaugural 2007 ICC World T20 in South Africa, the men in blue flattered to deceive in cricket's shortest version, specifically in global events. This sentence talks about the inaugural first time World T20 in South Africa. When was it? 2007. After winning the inaugural 2007 ICC World T20 in South Africa, the men in blue means Indian players flattered to deceive. Flatter goes with everyday English. Lavish praise with an ulterior motive. Flatter to deceive in cricket's shortest version, specifically in global events. Global events, after that, they haven't done well. That's what it means. On the contrary, however, talks about it introduces contradictory information. On the contrary, we can also say that, however, contrasting information. India largely does excel. This is used to emphasize India largely excels one pattern. India largely does excel emphatic pattern. India largely does excel in bilateral series, one thing, and the latest triumph was a 3-0 sweep against the visiting Sri Lankans in a clash that had its final episode at Dharamshala on Sunday night. It says perhaps not well global events, but when it comes to bilateral two countries, India largely does excel, do well in bilateral series. And the latest triumph, what does it mean? A great victory or achievement was a 3-0 sweep against the visiting Sri Lankans in a clash that had its final episode at Dharamshala on Sunday night, the third uh, T20. After clinching the opening fixture at Lucknow, India extended that winning act in the next two games under the mountain skies. The first one, India won, clinching. Clinch means to finally get or win something. In this context, clinching the match, winning the match. After clinching the opening fixture means the match at Lucknow, India extended that winning act. We also use the expression winning streak in the next two games under the mountain skies. Having recently swept past West Indies at 3-0 each in ODIs and T20s, that is quite impressive. Before this particular series, we had India played against West Indies, and having recently swept past the West Indies at 3-0 each in ODIs 3-0 and T20s also 3-0. Rohit Sharma's cup of joy continues to brim. This is a good expression, cup of joy. Usually we say a cup of tea, a cup of coffee. But here, cup of joy continues to brim. Brim, an important word. It goes with everyday English. What does it mean? The upper edge or lip of a cup, bowl, or other container. Brim, to the brim. You have to remember the preposition to the brim or to brim. The latest squad missed Virat Kohli and Rishabh Pant, who were given a bio bubble break, while the injured duo KL Rahul and Hardik Pandya remain on the recovery path. Now he talks about how the new players have come onto the stage. If you look at this particular sentence, it provides a reason. The latest squad missed Virat Kohli and Rishabh Pant, who were given a bio bubble break, while the injured duo of KL Rahul and Hardik Pandya remain on the recovery path. Yet, contrasting information, India papered over the cracks and found men who could fill these vacant boots. Because of lack of availability of these players, they had to bring in new players. Yet, India papered. Paper usually a noun, but here paper as a verb to cover a wall, a room with wallpaper. But in this context, it means to cover the gaps or fill the gaps. Yet India papered over the cracks and found men who could fill these vacant boots. Even Rohit, after a 44 at Lucknow, managed just 1 and 5 in the last two encounters, last two matches. The absence of key personnel and the meager batting returns from the captain were tided past, means they belong to the past. Meager we have got many a time. What does it mean? A little. The West Indies earlier and Sri Lanka now are essentially outfits in transition. It talks about the two teams, West Indies team and the Sri Lanka team. The West Indies earlier and Sri Lanka now are essentially outfits in transition. They are changing. Transition means what? Change, metamorphosize. But India deserves, in spite of that, India deserves credit for the way it drove home its advantage with emphatic performances. Though those two teams are in transition, we have to appreciate India deserves credit for the way it drove home its advantage with emphatic performance. Indians have done extremely well, so they deserve credit. Emphatic, expressing something forcibly and clearly. As India builds a unit leading into ICC T20 World Cup later this year in Australia, these results offer hope. The performance of late against West Indies, against Sri Lanka, if you look at these, definitely there's a hope. That's what the sentence talks about. As India builds a unit leading into the ICC T20 World Cup later, you got to be very careful. Single T goes with the time, double T goes with the position. This year in Australia, these results offer hope. Even from among those players penciled in as part of the core group, Rohit missed an injured Suryakumar Yadav who had flourished against the West Indies. Again, it talks about some players that could not play for various reasons. Even from among those players penciled in as part of the core group means essential group. Penciled, here it has been used as a verb. We all know pencil we use as a noun, but here used as a verb. Means what? Write or draw something with a pencil. Written, in fact, as part of the core group, essential group, Rohit missed an injured Surya Kumar Yadav who had flourished against the West Indies. Flourish usually goes with business, flourishing business, thriving business. But in this context, it means an impressive and successful act or period. But like the test squad that revealed a strong bench strength during the tour of Australia in 2020-21 season, the men in blue displayed a similar resilience. Though some players missed, the team displayed a similar resilience. There's an important word, resilient nature, resilience. What does it mean? Toughness. When you face a lot of problems, a lot of hardships, you face all of them and you emerge victorious. then you withstand all those problems. Then we use the word resilience and also resilient nature, one combination you have to remember. So this sentence talks about, but like the test squad that revealed a strong bench strength during the tour of Australia in the 2020-21 season, the men in blue, Indian players, displayed a similar resilience, be it Ishan Kishan or a Sanju Samson being tried atop the batting tree, or a Shreyas Iyer positioned as the latest middle order fulcrum. There is one important word, fulcrum. It has many meanings. In this context, fulcrum means a thing that plays a central or essential role in an activity, event, or situation. What caught the eye? Something catches the eye means something is impressive, something is outstanding. What caught the eye was the ease with which these batters embraced their roles. This is also an important expression. Something caught the eye means something was impressive. The ease with which these batters embraced their roles. All these batsmen, they played extremely well, and the sentence talks about the ease with which these batters embraced. Embrace has many meanings. In this context, accept willingly and enthusiastically their roles, either top order or the middle order. Shreyas was in blistering form, as evident from his unbeaten knocks of 57, 74, and 73. That is quite impressive. Blistering, extremely fast, forceful, or impressive. The Mumbaiker and his alliance with Ravindra Jadeja in the second match, which perhaps could have gone to the wire. Go to the wire means till the last minute when it is possible. Offered a riveting fare and hinted at the host's ominous form, especially in its backyard. There are two words over here, riveting. Riveting means extremely compelling or engrossing. It goes with performance, riveting performance, and hinted at the host ominous form. Usually, the word ominous has a negative connotation, but here, something positive, giving the worrying impression that something bad is going to happen. That means they were in good form, or rather, they are in good form, especially in its backyard. That means home turf within the country. Jadeja's return again provides the all-round option that India has chased ever since Kapil Dev retired in 1994. Kapil Dev, everyone knows, one of the greatest all-rounders, and Jadeja's return again provides the all-round option that India has chased ever since Kapil Dev retired in 1994. Jadeja, Hardik, and wicket keepers who can bat like earlier in the case of MS Dhoni and currently through Pant, offer balance to any unit. So it talks about today we have batters who can play the role of wicket keepers like MS Dhoni that provides a balance to the team. How does the editorial end? Currently, Indian cricket's conveyor belt is chugging along smoothly, with emerging players showing no signs of stage fright. The main idea of the editorial. Emerging players means new players. They are not showing any signs of stage fright. So it is going smoothly. Currently, at present, Indian cricket's conveyor belt is chugging along, chugging. Usually it goes with a vehicle or boat moves slowly, making regular muffled, explosive sounds of an engine. In this context, to go smoothly, now the team is balanced. We have all rounders, we have batters, we have wicket keepers, everything is in place, with emerging players showing no signs of stage fright. This is all about today's editorial. Easy to relate because a lot of people like cricket and any editorial related to sports youngsters can relate, especially when it comes to cricket. Definitely they find it easy to comprehend. Let us go to the questions, possible questions based on this editorial. What is this editorial about? What continues to brim in the context of the editorial? Something continues to brim. Who were given a bio bubble break? You have to write the names of the players. What are essentially outfits in transition? Two teams are essentially outfits in transition. You have to mention those two. What provides the all-round option that India has chased ever since Kapil Dev retired in 1994? Based on all those keywords, easy to write the answer. As I said, today it is a festival, you all know. Keeping that in mind, I wanted to keep it brief. I have brought the editorial and one exercise related to the vocabulary. Let us go to editorial vocabulary slide, try to get the meanings with parts of speech. Look at the first one, loom. First, you write the part of speech, then you could write the meaning. Let me have a look at. Please try to respond the meanings of the words from the editorial. Loom. Has anyone responded? Please wait. Wait with your fingers crossed. It is going to happen very soon. Please respond. No, I don't see your response. Words, vocabulary, editorial vocabulary. Loom, what does it mean? It is a verb, looming large, threateningly inauspicious. Answer, no, no, no. First one is loom, threateningly inauspicious. Oh, I'm sorry. One more is there. Distorted, threatening. Give me a second. First one, loom, it is a verb. A distorted, threatening appearance of something. Flatter, flatter, false praise. H. Flatter is a regular verb. Flattery, noun form. False praise, or praise someone with an ulterior motive. Triumph, a great victory. Noun, F is the answer. How come? Huh. Meager amount. Part of speech, obviously adjective. Lacking in quantity. You can also, lacking in quantity or quality, you can also think of the word or the expression a little. Meager amount means a little amount. Answer is A. Squad, a group of people with a specific purpose, a small group of people. They have a specific role to play. Part of speech, noun. Answer J. Riveting performance. Usually we use that combination. What does it mean? Oh, you guys are still with fourth one is over, fifth one. No, no. Five is not J. Please focus on the words. J, what do you mean by J? Riveting. Riveting means compelling. Answer is C. How come J? Part of speech adjective. Flourish. Flourish, usually thrive, flourish, to do extremely well. B. Successful period. In this context, resilience, what does it mean? Toughness, resilient nature. Blistering, extremely impressive. Here you have to use G. Again, adjective, answer G. What are you left with? I think today more than 20 seconds, that's what I feel. Yes, some there's a problem. Usually it is 20 seconds latency. Today more than that. You are left with ominous. Ominous, what are you left with? Threateningly inauspicious. This is again adjective. Answer is I. Has anyone got all the 10 correct with the parts of speech? If you say yes, that is highly appreciable. That's all for today. Enjoy the festival. Today is a holiday. Enjoy the holiday and have a nice day. I will see you guys tomorrow. And do remember to subscribe and share. Join the Telegram group. I'll provide the PDF. Try to work on important words, important expressions. Underline, make a note. That helps in the long